our web-based application. When the application will be installed at your end, then you'll get this URL and this login page first. Okay. Whenever we will deliver you application, then you will get one admin user ID and password. And you can log into system. Once you logged into system, this is my admin portal actually. Okay. So the implementation, I'll demonstrate you in two phases. First is a one-time configurational activities and second is operational flow. In operation, we will cover inquiry to outstanding. It covers your pre-sales, operation and post-sales. That is a billing and etc. Okay.
Okay.
Then in one-time activity, I'll tell you, we have a very first that is your user management. In user management, we have provided you the roles. For example, if I'm a so you have to what you need to do after installation, you need to create the users as per the requirements. So if you are creating your person as a sales executive, then these are the recommended access right which we have provided you, but you can change. That is not an issue as per the profile of the person. Okay. So for example, if I have not given the access of target assignment, then this user cannot be able to work on target assignment. That is a basic access rights is provided. Okay. Then in this user management, there is a location. Suppose we have a multi locations, then we can create user as per the location.
Okay.
Second, this is the MAC restriction applicability. This is given because we have a authenticator application management. Suppose there is a 10 users and you wants to give access to any specific user from particular lab only. So then you can use MAC restriction. Yes. So he cannot able to log into system from home or remote area. He can work from that computer only. So that MAC is binded to that person. Okay.
Okay.
That is a security point. Second, if you once you create the users, you can get the list of user over here. In this list, there is a two type of signatures. One is you can sign on a paper and you can upload that signature. This signature can be printable on final report. And another is a digital signature. That is government digital signature we can purchase from service providers and we can upload over here. So digitally signed reports can be possible from the system.
Okay.
Third thing, we have a lab management. For example, if I am a Suraj and I am having access of electrical temperature, pressure, mass, volume, and dimension, then I can able to prepare the report of these laboratories only.
Okay.
Right. If I do not have access of a pressure, then I cannot able to prepare the report of a pressure gauge, vacuum gauge, pressure transmitter, etc. Okay. This is MAP. So it is based on the user expertises and signing authorities. I have logged into this system, and if I am try to log in from another system, then this login will be expired.
Oh, okay.
Now, in one-time activity. Second, one-time activity includes software masters. These are the software masters. So, for example, I can able to create countries. Suppose UAE. Okay. And this is my 971 is a country code. And suppose DH is my currency, right? It is DH only, na? Dirham. So we can create a. So this is a configurable. Now we have a provision of states. Let's example in UAE, Abu Dhabi is my state, for example. Okay, so we can create these states as well. Then we have a taxes management. Okay, in taxes, if it is applicable, then you can create. Let's example UAE, Abu Dhabi. My billing location is then my taxes will be GST at the rate. Let's example 9%. So I can able to create these taxes. So the customer belongs to this country and state will be applicable these taxes. Second, in customer master, let's example, I'll create your lab as a customer. I can create customer vendor code if applicable, then we can enter, otherwise not required. Then this is a categorization. Okay, we can create the categorization. Okay, that's example testing lab or manufacturing or maybe real estate or maybe etc. So this will be applicable. This will be reflect to our MIS reports. Yeah, how much business we are getting from calibration industry, how much business we are getting from real estate industries, that way.
Okay, got it.
So let's example this is our calibration lab. This is my PAN card number. I'll not enter right now. And one more is external and internal type is given. External means to whom we are doing the billing. Internal means, let's example, some master equipments we are calibrating at our lab only. So that time our laboratory will be part of an internal. So taxes will not applicable, right? This is the first section of customer master. Second section of this customer master is address. Let's example, it is a head office, zone, and address. Okay, suppose this is my address. I'll keep it. Area will be blank. Then my then UAE is my country. Then your maybe a postal code or right. Now GST exemption. Suppose there is some government companies are there. If GST is not applicable, then I can say yes, it is exempted. If it is not exempted, then it is applicable. Then your GST number will be there. And this is customer review required. Let's say example, customer review required means suppose in calibration, what we are doing basically, sometime we are issuing the report directly to customer, and sometime what we are doing, we are preparing the report, we are providing draft copy for the review to customer. And once they approve, then we can take a print of that final report, right? So in that case, we can say yes. For this, we have a separate customer module as well. So your customer can do online review. Okay, but I'll tell you later on that. So I have entered this. Now, third part is contacts. Let's say example. Okay. Mr. No. So our mobile number will be here. Let's example, I'll enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. Then your email ID will be there. Okay. Let's say example here. Okay. The email validation is there. Let's example manager, department calibration, and I'll add it. Once I add it, the customer will get this login ID password on their email ID. Okay, so that is the user created for your customer portal here directly. So this person can be log into your system by using their email ID, need this password, so they can able to review and etc. That is another module. We will cover it at last. Okay. Okay. Coming back to the customer section only at the location, we have a report configuration as well. What is happening, I'll tell you, in our industry, calibration report includes header, right? Yeah. Letterhead, right? Basically, letterhead, customer details, then DUC details, then standard used, then environmental conditions and observation tables, then our notes, and then footer. Sorry, basically signatures, right? Yeah. Signing, and then your footer. This signing part, okay, includes sometime it includes maximum time it is a calibrated by and maybe approved by, right? Yeah. It is calibrated and approved. But some of our customers ask us, we need one more section here as a reviewed by, or maybe prepared by, or maybe checked by. Some customer will ask, in that case, what we have a provision in our application, right? Here for this customer, for this location, we can do report configurations. If I need a prepared by, calibrated, reviewed by, checked by, calibrated by. So I can create and I can update it. So this sequence will be printed as a part of a footer, signing authorities. If I have nothing is checked here, okay, then simple calibrated by, approved by, whatever our standard presentation is there, that will be printed on your final report.
Okay.
That's one. Regarding coming next to customer is a vendor. This is quite similar master as we have a customer master. So this master will be applicable in case of we are sending some instruments to our vendor for third-party calibrations. We are sending our master instruments to another laboratories. That time this vendor master will be applicable.
Okay.
Then this is a courier company master. So whenever you will prepare a delivery challenge and you are sending instrument by courier, then this will be applicable. Okay, so customer will get email notification that stating that you have sent an instrument and this is your POD number, this is etc. So they can track it from email only. So it will be reduce our cost. We tell them where it is, right, in transit, etc. Then this is a instrument master. Okay, in instrument master we can create n number of masters, right? For example, now we'll take one example of a pressure gauge. Okay, right. So under mechanical there is a pressure, right? So we can create pressure gauge. If this name is already available, then it will not create. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll check it. I have a pressure gauge as a nomenclature. Okay. Now this is inter-laboratories. This is mapped with user management as well as masters as well as etc. So that will be a mapped thing. Okay. Now coming back, this is about software masters. Those we need to do one-time activities, right? Some technical masters also there. Apart from this, some technical standards also there. For example, environmental conditions. Now I have a unit one location mechanical for pressure. This is my temperature limits, right? Or humidity limits. So our temperature should be in between 20 plus minus 5. That is, we have defined here. So engineer will not enter or system will not allow to engineer to enter out of this band, right? So that validation is covered. Then discipline wise groups. We can create these groups. Let's example, pressure indicating devices, some electrical equipments, etc. Okay. After that, we have a parameters. So we can create a number of parameters. Like, in a pressure, we have a pressure, right? Then we have a vacuum, right? Then AC current, DC current, etc. Lane, any kind of parameter we can create here. Okay. Now we have another master is accreditation scope. Now here I have a list of accreditation for FDS, SSC, IS, and NABL. Similarly, you'll get one more DSC. Okay. Now I'll enter SSC for your you just consider it is a DSC, not SSC. Okay. Then my certificate number is maybe day 00123, right? Then my issue date is this and my scope expiry date is this. So I can create. Once I create it, I can upload my scan copy of NABL scope here. Then system will check your cal date should be in between of these two dates. Otherwise, that report will be considered as a non-accredited report.
Okay.
Then another section of accreditation scope is the details. In this detail, what I can do, I'll select unit 1, I'll select mechanical, then pressure indicating devices is my pressure gauge. Okay. It's normal. There is some different parameter in there, but I'll create one more for you so you can understand much better. Simple pressure. Okay. Already there, that pressure is there, but maybe scope. This is not correct. That's why it was not came there, right? I'll modified it and I'll reselect it. Okay. This is pressure. Now for lab, site and both, you can take it as per your convenience, as per our accreditation scope. I taken lab. Source measure is applicable in case of electrotechnical, right? Now range. Let's example 0 bar to 70 bar is my accreditation, right?
Okay.
And my list count is not applicable. List count is applicable in case of weighing balance and dimensional instruments. At that time, we need to enter the list count so that system can check your DUC should be worse than this list count. Otherwise, it will be considered non-accredited.
Okay.
And similarly, frequency is also applicable in case of AC parameters. For example, AC current, AC voltage.
Yes, yes.
So then my CMC is, let's example, 0.012% of reading or maybe bar. You don't need to bother about units. Unit conversion will be taken care by system. Even though my scope is a 0 to 70 bar, I can do calibration of 50 mmHg. If it is the 0 to 70 is converted to mmHg, whatever the range, that will be valid.
Okay.
So I'll save it. That is my accreditation scope. Now coming back to the master equipments. This is about accreditation scope and this is about my accreditation scope. Let's example, I'll create everything for you. Let's example mechanical pressure. Now the digital pressure gauge is my master. Now we have two types, primary and secondary. Primary and secondary in application, this software, considering this software, what we have done here, if I say secondary, then this master will be used for the calibration. Type B components will be considered for the uncertainty calculation of DUC, but that master will not be print on your final report as a standard use. For example, in temperature sensor, we are using bar, but we are not giving on us. We are not giving you on a reports. So I'll make it primary. Now this is my B-001. Okay. Make let's example this is YCA, maybe model number, serial number, etc. Then I'll select here DAC, SSC, then purchase date, operating manual. These are the data related to your master service history card as well. Okay. Then PM frequency is applicable. Thermal expansion is applicable in case of dimensional instruments. Let's example slip gauge, say, right, etc. So that is required to convert our temperature to mm. Then assumed density is applicable in case of wet boxes. Waste length is applicable in case of spirit level, right? So I'll create. Once I create, then another section of master equipment is reports. That is a traceability. Right. If you have calibrated that master from any laboratory, let's example, you calibrated and you have received certificate number, let's example R-345. And the cal date is this and due date is this. Okay. Okay. And this is vendor from where you have calibrated. This is calibration form is a description, which is printing on your final report as a calibrated form. If you do not require much bigger name, then you can modify, right? So it will print as a Calsynbuf only. Understood? So once I created my traceability, then I can upload scan copy over here. Okay. Here also your DUC's cal date should be in between these two dates. Otherwise, this traceability will not be allowed to engineer to use as a standards. Now I'll add the details. But at the time of adding details, I can create full scale range first. Okay. In full scale, I have a pressure. My pressure master is 0 to 100 bar. My least count of master is 0.01 bar. Accuracy is 0.02% of a reading. Or maybe floor is applicable in case of electrical masters. I'll not add here. Okay. That's my full scale range. If my uncertainty is in FSD, then this range will be considered to calculate FSD in a unit. Then I'll select the master. Let's example, our master is calibrated at 3 different points and we have 3 different uncertainties, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my first test point is calibrated 0. So I'll enter 0 to 0 bar, right? And my answer reading is a 0, error is 0, uncertainty is 0.01 bar, right?
Okay.
So I'll add this. My next point, let's example 25 bar. So system will create this 25 bar. My uncertainty is 2. Okay.
Okay.
I'll add this. My next point is 50 bar. So
Okay.
I'll enter 3. So I'll add this. My last point, let's example, next point is 75. So I'll add, this may be 25, right? Then we'll add this. Now, my next last point is 100. Same uncertainty is there. I'll add this. So simple way I have entered my master. Okay. 0, 25, 50, 75 and 100. So system will validate this range as well. So if your DUC's cal point is more than 100, then this master will not be used. Basically, this traceability will not used. Okay. Next to master equipments, we do have a calibration procedures. Now, your calibration procedures are different. Our calibration procedures are different. What we are doing in our application for one instrument, we are doing one procedure.
Okay.
Let's example for pressure gauge, I'll create one pressure gauge procedure. Okay. Now I have this pressure gauge procedure. Okay. But I'll create one for you. This is unit 1. Mechanical interlab is a pressure. Now I'll give name as a pressure gauge we take. Okay. So we can understand. This is our procedure. Okay. Now this is your format code. Now on our final certificate, we are giving a document control name at footer or maybe bottom FT-001, etc. Okay. So that document number also you can enter here. Let's example V oblique M oblique P oblique 001. Okay.
Okay.
Then similar, I have a datasheet format code. I can enter here TS of this temperature is coming from the environmental conditions.
Okay.
And the beauty of application is here, we have given calculation methods here. All of your instruments, those are electrotechnical, will be covered as a direct comparison method. So if in future any format came, then you can create procedure, you can incorporate that format in software at your end only. You do not have any dependencies on us. You just need to select calculation method of that instrument. One instrument may require one method, one instrument may require multiple methods.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Like for example, temperature transfer. It may require direct comparison as well as input output based on linear equations.
Yeah.
So now for considering pressure, we will select pressure. We'll create it. So this is my pressure. Once I create this procedure, then I will be enabled with 2 more options. First is the types. In types, we have pressure gauge, for example, digital, maybe analog, etc. Okay. So I'll modify here, but forget about types also. So a standard used maybe DKD oblique R oblique 16, right? Okay. DKD dash R 16, right? Whatever the standard name is here, you can enter here. We will change this name. This is a not Indian standard. We have given the nomenclature, but only standard used. We can put it here. That is a global standards, right? Then our lab procedure ID. In our application, we are giving in our final report, sorry, we are providing procedure number, that is work instruction number, right? So that we can enter here. P oblique PG oblique 001. This is for the lab, this is for the site, maybe S oblique 001 or maybe same. So I'll update it. So system will pick up this data from you. Then this is about types. Then equipments, recommended equipments. If I'm using this procedure or if I'm doing calibration of pressure gauge, then what masters can be used? We do have 100 masters, maybe
Yeah.
multimeter, maybe vernier caliper, maybe caliper checker, micrometer, pressure gauges. But for this pressure gauge recommended masters, we can select here. Let's example, we have this master. And in addition to that, we will select uncertainty components. If I use this master, then what type B component of this standard can be used for the calculation of uncertainty of the use that we will select it here. I need uncertainty and accuracy with their distribution methods. If I say is normal, then it will be divided by K factor. If I say is rectangular, it will be square root 3. If I say is triangular, then it will be square root 6. Or may you required U shape, then we can add it. That's not a big issue. Okay.
Okay.
But it is not required. That's why we have not provided here.
Mm.
Even though we can select percentage, how much percentage of uncertainty we need to consider. In case of resolution of weighing balance, in case of calibration of weight boxes, we will select 50%, right?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Mm.
Then I'll add it. Okay. Similarly, multiple masters can add it.
Okay. Okay.
Third option, apart from masters, we have some additional components of the type B that you can manage from components. It may require type A, right?
Yeah.
Type A of DUC is 100%. We require. Then we require resolution of DUC, rectangular contribution, it may be 50%. That we will add it. You may require hysteresis of DUC, that is 100%,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You can add similarly. Here we have provided, I'll brief you about type B components. Type A, resolution of UC, masters type A in case of comparison method. If you require both type A, then thermal expansion coefficients, then difference of soaking temperature, these are required for dimensions. Air bouncy correction may be required in case of weight boxes. Eccentricity, linearity, you may required in case of weighing balance. Right. Master's density, air density, air pressure, you may required in volumes. Right. Even though there is some other also given. Okay. If I say other, I can put it whatever my uncertainty component there. But this case, you need to enter unit, not a percentage, because it is the static components. We are defined. It is not system defined.
Okay.
So type B components are covered here with the master equipments.
Okay.
Next to this option, one more option we have given this table structure. This is very interesting thing. Okay. Here, now, I'll show you. In some time, what we require, observation table, you need a serial number or maybe a nominal value, maybe average reading, error, right? Hysteresis, okay. Hysteresis, maybe uncertainty or K value you require. This is your observation table format. Or sometime you required different formats. So what I'll do it here. Now, as far as calibration concerned, doing at many calibrations, right?
Yeah.
Sometime what we are doing, we do have a DUC and standard, right? And sometime these are the three methods, right? Sometime, okay. So now here I'll show you. Okay. So here now set value on DUC. Okay. This is set value on DUC, right? So, and this is my standard, is a variable. Sometime what we are doing, we have a set value on standard and my DUC is a reading section, right? Or here we have a source and we have a DUC reading as well as we have a standard readings, right? These are the three cases measured. So what we are doing if I am doing set value on DUC and I am taking readings on standard, then in this case, what I'll do, I'll select pressure, I'll select direct method, and I'll select normal method. Okay. Now this is my pressure is number of readings. So this is my name of a table, this table name, and number of readings, how much reading you want to take for one test point as a repeatability. Maybe I'm taking 4 readings, that is the 2 cycles. Okay. So, and as far as my table concern, I need this. Okay. So what I'll do it here, I'll select serial number first. I need nominal value, that is my test points. I'll select this again. In sequence, I'll select it. Readings on standard, average reading on standard, error in init, expanded uncertainty, and coverage. So this will become my table sequence. Considering that my nomenclature should be different. Now I don't want test point. I need a nominal value, right? Or else set value on DUC. Okay, this is reading on standard, average reading on standard, error. I need a deviation, so you can change it. That's not issue. Okay, this M1 is my up reading, right? M2 will be a down. M3 again it will be up, and M4 will be again down. So I'll set this nomenclature and I can add it. So I have defined my observation table. Right? Understand? So that will be covered here. That is my procedure. So here we have done about the procedure. So I'll review it you again. What we have done, we have added conditions, we have created groups, we have created parameter, we have added scope, we have added equipments, and then I have created procedure. Correct?
Correct.
Now, this is my one-time activity.
Yeah.
Okay. I can take a blank data sheet print from here. Okay. This format can be changed. That's not an issue. Okay. So this is my normal format. You see, the format code is printed here. This will be your company name, company logo, etc. All printable formats will be delivered you in your style. Minor mutual understanding we need to do, but 99.99% it will be matched. Right?
Okay.
That's one thing. This is my table. Okay. If I have some defined test points, then also I can able to do that. But coming back to the work, I'll summarize again. We have gone through the one-time configuration activity. Now we will initiate operational flow. Okay. In operational flow, I'll start from inquiry. Okay. Let's example, I have an inquiry of calibration. This is my inquiry date, and this is my customer who has asked me for calibration. Then I have the website is my source inquiry, etc. I'll select this. I have created. Once I created the inquiry, this number will be created. This numbering system also can be set in your style. Some customers may require monthly basis, some customer required yearly basis, some kind, etc. So that can be configurable thing, right? At the time of installation. So this is my inquiry number. See, source of inquiry may be different. Some people can call you and ask you. Some people can send you an email with the list of equipments. So that inquiry has to be created in a system. It will be part of a data gathering. Once inquiry is added to the system, then such person need to be close that inquiry with the result either lost inquiry, either order received, either work in progress. This has to be take the follow, right?
Yeah.
Now I have a pending inquiry follow is only one. I have to clear that follow being a sales executive. And here I can able to see inquiries. Those are belongs to me only. If in user management, in user management, if my role is a director, assistant director, chairman, then I can able to see inquiries, those belongs to all people.
Okay.
If I'm a sales manager, then I can able to see the inquiries of my team, that
Okay.
particular location,
Mm-hmm.
one location. If I'm a sales executive, then I can able to see only inquiries, those are created by me or somebody has transferred to me. If
Okay.
I want to transfer this inquiry, I can transfer to somebody else,
Okay.
right? Then
Okay.
quotation yet to prepare, that's a fourth stage. So once I added the inquiry, then next phase will be quotation. So
Okay.
here what I'll do, I'll create the quotation. This is my currency.
Okay.
Okay, I'll create. Once I created, then one quotation number will be created with revision number is a 0. If I revise this quotation, then 1, 2, 3 will be added, right?
Okay.
Then my pressure gauge. Okay. Now SSC my accreditation. Let's example 450. So what I'll do, I'll
Yeah.
create my code with my charges and I'll add this instrument. Okay.
Okay.
And these are the other charges. And I'll select the terms and conditions of quotation. These are the editable terms. No issues. Okay. Then update and finish. Once I updated, my quotation is ready. I can download that quotation. I can see that quotation. Okay. This is the basic format which we are given in the demonstration, but you can, we can change it as per your requirement. Part of a presentation. Okay.
Okay.
See, everything is came here. Company name, address, kind attention, mobile number, right, etc.
Yes.
Still, now I can send email from customer system only to customer.
Okay.
Here, one more thing I'll identify you. We have quotation matrix concept. Let's example, there is a 2-level approvals. If I added any item with more than 20% discount, then it will be goes to approval, first level approval. If you added more than 30% approval discount, then it will be goes to 2-level approvals. And 20 and 30, that number we can define at the time of installation. That's not issue.
Okay.
Now I'll send this email quotation to customer. Okay, so this is your etc. I can select additional files as well if I require to send.
Oh.
Maybe SRF and etc. Manuals etc. So now it will not send from my system as far as this is a demonstration. Okay.
Yeah.
Now once I send that quotation to customer, then that inquiry will be shifted as a in a pending follow-ups.
Yeah.
Okay. So now again I'll come back to that inquiry. Now I have 3 options. I need to update if whenever this next follow-up is due, then my sales engineer will be called to that customer and he'll ask to customer, what happened about quotation, right? So whatever the communication is done, he will write here. He'll write need 5% discount. Okay.
Okay.
So need more follow-up will be stage. What is the instant quantity? What is estimated closure date? That is a part of a salesperson. Okay.
Okay.
Then what is the probability success rate? What are the competitors? Any competitor is working there. This is optional thing, not necessary to select. And work priority and what is the next call date? I can say tomorrow at 12 p.m. I have to call. Okay. So I'll save it. Once I saved it, okay. So these are the 2 inquiries in my pending follow, but here only one inquiry is due. As on today, I have to call to at least one guy. Okay. Sometime what happens here, customer told us you call tomorrow, but customer called today only.
Okay.
So I can select that inquiry and I can update further follow-ups. Whenever I'll come back to my inquiry stage, I can able to see old follow-up details. So I can easily retry my last communication happened with the customer. I don't need to remember.
Okay.
That's one. If I say the order lost, then I need to mention the reason of inquiry lost. It may be price issue, it may be service issue. Why this inquiry has been lost? So we can get the MIS report down the line 1 year. Yeah, how much business is lost because of what reasons? The data may be gathered, right?
Okay.
And if I say order received, then yes, definitely to whom I spoke, you received, and I'll select work priority and I'll save it. Once I saved it, this inquiry will be shifted to my accepted orders. Okay. In here, now see, pending PO upload copies. Basically, some customer, what customers are doing, sorry, sales executives are doing, they are closing inquiries. They are getting POs, but they are not uploading the PO to the system. Many times what happens, we are not able to retry the PO copy, right? Down the line, 1 month, 2 months later, we are not getting PO. So if I uploaded every PO in a system, then easily I can retry that PO, right? So what I'll do now, I'll select this quotation as a PO. Okay. PO number is maybe 85, etc. PO amount is 500. PO date is today's date. I'll update. Now, at the time of quotation and at the time of PO, there is gap. We have to reconcile that PO and quotation. Many times PO, you will get PO as it is the quotation you provided. Sometimes you have provided quotation of a 2 item, you are getting PO of 1 item. Sometimes you provided quotation 1 item, you are getting PO of 2 items, because at the time of PO preparation, verbally maybe whatever the rate is given, customer has issued the PO.
Okay.
So what I can do now here, check. If I have not received PO of this item, I'll uncheck. If I received, I'll check it. I'll add this. Okay. And if any extra item, I can add manually here. So
Okay.
now in system, I have clear data, how much PO we have received. Is a pending PO, right, with us. That work may be initiated, may not be initiated, may not be completed or completed, right? Here, sales executive has completed their work. Now, instrument is received to lab. Then under CSC module, we have to create one work order. Okay. Now, there is a calibration. There is a unit 1. Location may be lab, receive date, right? Number of instrument 1. Now, number of instrument, why it is given? Sometime you may receive the PO of 100 instruments, but customer is sending 10 instrument and 90 he is sending maybe some later, right? So in that case, against one PO, multiple jobs can create. Okay.
Okay.
Then this is a reporting party to whom you wants to issue the certificate. Okay. And this is your billing party. Some cases, suppose you are getting instrument from some third party and you are sending report to A party, you are doing billing to B party, then you can change the party of billing. So third party calibration process can be covered here. Okay.
Okay.
Once I select the billing address, then I can able to see how much PO I have received as of now. Okay. And what is my balance quantity against that PO. Then
Okay.
against which PO I want to create job, that is my choice. So I'll select this. Now I'll go back sometime. Sometime back you asked me if instrument came directly to us.
Yes.
In that case, you will not select this purchase order, but your process will be start from here.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Okay.
I'll select this work order, but your process will be start from here. Now you have two options. One, after receipt of instrument, you can create a quotation, you can take up PO, you can compile the data in a system and you can create the work order against PO, or else whatever your standard rate, by that rate without PO, you are doing billing to customer.
Okay. One more thing. We are doing calibrations without accreditation also. So this is also possible, right?
I'll tell you. I'll also cover that point. Now this work order is against this. Now here accreditation. If I say is not applicable, then this will be non-accredited report.
Okay.
Sometime against one work order, there is a multiple instruments having multiple accreditation. Maybe 10 instrument is under accreditation, 10 instruments you need to do without accreditation.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
I'll select SSC. I'll show you later that also. Okay. And I'll created this job. Once I created job, this will be redirected to you at the inward stage. Against this work order, which instruments you have received. Now I'll select. Now I do not have instrument. I have never ever done any calibration of this customer. Okay.
Okay.
In that case, I'll add instrument first, so that next time whenever that instrument will come back to us, we do not require to type make, model, serial number, ID number. Okay, that's the case. So I'll add first time. This is my fresher case. Validity 12 month. Now my ID number is P-0918, etc. Okay, 0 to 100 bar is my list count. Sorry, range. List count is 0.01 bar. DUC accuracy is this. Make is maybe YK 9100, yeah, etc. Serial number, if any accessories are there. And this 4 extra fields as given here. Suppose many times what happens, customer says, we need a department on our certificate. Okay. But in our standard format, it is not applicable. So what I'll do, I'll put, I'll give here a department engineering. Okay. Engineering, or maybe manufacturing date, customer required. Okay. So these are the 4 extra fields, right, which we have provided to manage as per our requirement. Okay, and I'll save. So I'll refresh it here at inward stage, and I can able to select the instrument ID. Once I select this data will be pre-filled. Okay, this is C. Okay, 0 to 100 bar is came, list count is came, etc. Everything will be here.
We can set
And
based
this
on serial number, right? Serial number.
Serial number and ID number, both you can search it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, here also we have provided accreditation required, yes or no. If required, then which accreditation you require. So now SSC, then this for this instrument inward, SSC accreditation scope will be considered. I have taken this instrument inward. I'll select the terms and condition of my service request form, and I'll prepare SRF without email and with email. If you says with email, then customer will get email notifications stating that your work has been initiated and this is your work order number.
Okay.
Once I created work order, then after that, I can able to keep service request, signed service request form over here. I can upload. If you wants to implement that flow, if your manual says you should have a customer signed service request forms with you, then you can upload here. If you change that manual to digitalized, then you don't require it, then you don't upload it. No issues at all. Okay.
Okay. One more thing. We have to give some receipt note to customer that we have received this instrument. This is only mail option, or do we have any other option to hand over any document?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. See, first I told you email, right? Second, you can take a printout from here. There is a 2 types of printout. One is a detail. One is a groups. This is your detailed service request form. You just take a print and you hand over to customer, stating that your customer address to be billed is this. Okay. For issuance of certificate is this, and these are the instrumentals. Okay, and you can take a signature here. Customer representative.
We are facing one difficulty here because maybe 20 or 30 equipment receives. We cannot enter. Enter it all in instrument. Customer will not wait.
I understood. That's why we have a provision of Excel sheet. Okay. And apart from that, if you want to provide them, right, without inward printing of service request form, from software is not possible
Yeah.
because system doesn't know what instruments are there. That's
Yes.
one thing.
Mm.
In that case, if you wants to release the customer from the counter, then you just make paperwork for that right now for time being and tell them you'll get online SRF also later on.
Yeah, that's
So
that
that
system. We are doing it manually in the paperwork only. So can we have any simplified format or simplified receipt note in the system?
no, not system. System without inward is not possible, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, invert, it's only number of equipments and customer name only. Can we create like that?
No, not at all, sir. Not at all. Number of instruments also,
Mm.
the system should know which instruments how much,
Mm.
right?
Mm. Okay, okay, got it.
Then another provision is the group wise.
Ready.
And group wise, what we have done, we have just say pressure gauge 1 or 100. Counter is there. Understood?
Okay.
And one more is job card. In job card is for our calibration engineer, not for the customer. The job
Okay.
card doesn't include any customer details. They just know that this is pressure gauge, this is my inward cum certificate number, and these are the details.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at the counter, once I receive the instrument, I prepared SRF and I will hand over this instrument to calibration lab. That is called dispatch for calibration because I may receive pressure gauge multimeter together from customer. I need to give pressure gauge to pressure person and hand digital multimeter to electrical lab.
Okay.
Okay. So in that case, I will dispatch this to laboratory.
Okay.
Or I can say dispatch altogether. That interlab is already mapped.
Okay.
Now in certification, what calibration engineer will do, once they receive the instrument, he will say, yes, I have received this instrument. If he has not received, then he can reject it. It will go back to the CSE and we can have a instrument tracking as well. So
Okay.
I'll accept it. Once I accept, I have an instrument. I'll start my calibration. Then I'll select record result.
Okay.
This is my instrument. I'll record this. Once I click the record, then I can able to select the procedure. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have a pressure gauge VTake, this procedure which we have created. If I applied this procedure, all technical validations along with this procedure will be applied to that report.
Okay.
Okay. Then process has started. Let's example my calibration date. If I taken 21st, I try to update, it will say, no, receipt date of instrument is 22. You cannot do the calibration for 21. Okay, so these kind of all validation is already inbuilt. Let's example, I'll say 22. Select future dates, right? So we just done, we have reduced every possible things of mistake. If I say the instrument is faulty, then I'll enter my remark. If I says no, this is not faulty, I'll update and I'll move ahead. Okay. Now here we can create the table. Now one instrument have multiple tables. One instrument have one table, right?
Yes. Yes.
So now calibrated by it's a project by. This is also we have two facilities. We can do automation of calibrated by. If the person who is logged in, the same person will be used as a calibrated by. And if I have a selection, right? Okay, understand? Then I'll enter temperature. If I say 0, system will intimate him. No, it should be 15 to 25, right?
Okay.
So it will not accept it. I just enter 20.2, right? Similar for humidity. Okay. Air pressure is applicable in case of wet box and etc. So I'll remove it. Now accreditation scope, source and measure is applicable in case of electrotechnical. Otherwise, it will be NA. Right.
Okay.
Now I'll select the table. This is also coming from my procedure pressure. So everything will be come here. Pressure, 4 readings, direct method, normal. So I'll create it. I do not have much work here. Now
Okay.
I'll select my table, right? I'll select my parameter. I'll select my parameter of pressure gauge, right? Accreditation scope parameters, right? Okay. Then I'll enter 0 bar. See, once I entered 0, there is a two ranges because we have a 0 to 0, we have a 0 to 25. If I say is 1, then it will remove. Then if I say is 101, no master instrument will be available. This will not save. It will select you. You please select at least one master equipment. Right. Now I'll enter 0 again. Now this is my list count. This is my use accuracy maybe 01 bar. And I'll select this for example. 0.00, 0.01. See, this becomes a red because EUC list count is 0.01. This is 0.001. If I remove it, so right, I'll calculate. This is should be found within accreditation. Okay. If it is not in accreditation, it means that point is not in accreditation.
Okay.
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 Next to 10 bar. Okay. I'll select this master equipment. 10.00, 10.02, 10.00, 10.02. Right. I'll calculate it. Now this becomes fail because my point not 1 bar is uncertainty. Sorry, accuracy. My error is 25. Something is missing. Right. So what happened? Right. Because now in this master equipments, we have entered error of this master equipment. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Intentionally, I was kept that way. Okay. This is my master equipments. Okay. This is my traceability. Under this, see my 25 bar. Okay. If I modified this, then average reading is 0. Error of standard is 25 bar. This error plus my this error is become 25.01. Okay. If I entered average reading of standard at the time of traceability, I'll update it here. Okay. And I'll again I'll update. I'll get this valid masters. I'll reselect. I'll calculate. It will become 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, suppose I have any doubt on this uncertainty. I can click on view uncertainty. View uncertainty, if I say is, then this is calculated type A. Okay.
Okay.
Then uncertainty of standard 0.02 bar is taken 0.02 bar. Then accuracy 0.012% of reading is converted to this much bar. Then this is 10% of 100% of type A. This is the resolution of DUC, hysteresis. Okay.
Okay.
Is calculated. The budget is prepared here. Then this is your combined uncertainty. Then effective degree of freedom calculated based on student table. We have selected K factor, right? And this is my final uncertainty. This is my accreditation scope 0.0012.
If we have any changes here, we can go back to the master or any details to change it,
Yes,
right?
yes. In procedure, you can change it. That's not issue. Like, okay.
Oh, based on
These
procedure.
because in procedure we have defined uncertainty and accuracy of standard.
Yeah.
Type A, resolution and hysteresis, we just taken it. So 5 component is came. So 5 component is coming here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll save this. Okay. So these are the 2 tests. Once I done my work, I'll send for approval. Now approve button is came here because in user management, I have a approval authority. If I do not have approving authority, then it will be sent for approval and that will be goes to the check certificate. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll approve it. Once I approve.
Yeah, the pending certificate will show up in the dashboard, right, for the approving person.
Yes, exactly. It will be shifted to. Now I have done my calibration. What I'll do, I'll dispatch that instrument to back to the store or CSC or reception counter for returning to the customer.
Okay.
Now at reception counter, they will go to pending acceptance and they'll accept it. Yes, I have received instrument after calibration, and they will prepare challan of this instrument. Now, sometimes you are sending instruments only, sometimes you are sending instrument with report with bill.
Yes.
So this is your date. Sorry. Actually, in our application, this DUC snapshot is not working because SSL is not installed, but this is webcam we have configured here.
Okay.
So you can take a picture of packing and that can be print on your delivery channel stating that we have sent this within condition. If it is damaged in physically it is damaged in transit, then you can have a evidence.
Yeah, accessory also, right?
That is also possible. Now, here two customer came because one is a billing party, one is a customer reception certification party. Suppose anytime, sometime you need to send to the third party, so you can select it.
Directly that, but okay.
The contact person. Then this instrument you are sending instrument right now. We have not taken the print of report, right? Here I'll add terms of challan. Okay.
Okay.
I'll refresh it one more time. Select this, select this, and select this, and select this instrument I'm sending, and I'll create this challan. Okay. Once I create this challan, I can able to search, I can able to take a print.
Okay.
Correct. You are sending instrument. Okay, you are not sending certificate and invoice.
Okay.
Now, once you receive the POD details, you can update. Okay. DTDC. This is the data and this is the POD number. Then once you update POD details, you are not able to delete this chart. Okay, now we will take a printout of report. We have to send that report as. Now this is our instrument, right? I can take a.
Delete can be possible for the admin, right? Yeah. Okay.
See, this is based on access rights.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have all access.
Yeah. Got
I'll
it.
go to. Now here, you can able to change fonts. You can manage some font size. I'll show you master's uncertainty, yes or no. What is the difference? Compliance statement is the date format is there. Some customer says, you know, we need the date format this, date format this. You can change it.
Okay.
Now, okay. This is complete letterhead. And without letterhead. Right. Now, attention. See, I have taken 3 prints, right? This is with accreditation logo.
Okay.
It means I have considered your letterhead is already available with you without accreditation logos. These logos can be controlled by software.
Okay.
If your inward is non-accredited, then this SSC logo will not print. If your any one test point is out of scope, then this ILAC logo will not print.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing, we will go through this another print. This is without letter. Okay. Considering that you have a letterhead, we just giving the data, you print on your letterhead. And last is a complete letterhead. Okay, so
okay.
you just need to take a print on blank paper, or you just, if you have a digital sign, then you can deliver digital copies.
Okay.
So your delivery time will be very fast, right? Now, here, I'll show you. Okay, This is your calibration certificate, receipt date, etc. is there. Issue date is not printed because I have not issued it. I'll say yes, then I can download. Even though draft copy also possible. Okay.
Okay, okay. Sample, huh? Okay.
Right. Okay, now issue date will be printed. Okay.
Okay.
Then these are the DUC details.
Hmm.
This is your environmental condition. This is your standard use. Right. This is your procedure. This is your standard use for calibration. This is your measurement results.
Hmm.
Right. This is your reported uncertainty. Okay. This is terms and condition I have not selected. That's why it is not came. Calibrated by, approved by, and QR code is also there. End of certificate. This is digital generate, digital sign copy also possible. Okay.
Hmm.
Now
Okay.
I'll show you draft copy. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is the calibration tag printing. You can take the sticker print also. Right.
Hmm.
This is not configured sticker, but
Hmm.
you just concentrate on the data
Okay.
of this data, right? So that is also again part of implementation, right? Which
Hmm.
data you required and which way you required, etc.
Hmm. Okay.
Then data sheet. We do have a provision of a data sheet as well. This is electronic data sheet.
Hmm.
That's up to you whether you wants to use this data sheet. Considering your engineer is entering the results in the software directly,
Ah,
if you are
job,
if you
right?
are able to justify to your auditor,
Hmm.
then you can skip the work of a data sheet.
Okay.
Writing and keeping that data sheets, right? So
Hmm.
simultaneously data sheet will be prepared because I have entered these readings, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's nothing but this only, na?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's a part of it. Now, again, I'll come back to dispatch details. Now we have, sorry, before that we will prepare billing. Okay. Now I want to do the bill against that work order. Okay. We are at billing stage. So I'll go to accounts, billing against pro forma against invoice, job. I'll select this job. I can select multiple work order of same customer, same site. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll process. I have a few. I have quantities. I'll select contact person, select terms, and I'll create. The first pro forma will be created. That pro forma can be downloaded, can be sent to customer, and can be deleted. Okay. Now, once the pro forma is finalized, this is.
Send the document directly from the software itself.
I'll answer that question. 1 second. So pro forma can download, can send to customer, can able to delete also. Now, in your case, suppose you don't require to print the pro forma. Okay, so you just prepare the pro forma and you go to the billing and tax invoice. You don't require to create the tax invoice again. You just need to say convert pro to tax. Here he's asking me GST number is not updated. That's why billing is not happening. Let me update that GST number or tax, whatever the tax, government tax number, right? I'll convert this. Yes. So my tax is ready. We don't read to see pro forma is mandatory in our application. If you don't want to share pro forma to customer, you do not share. You just create the pro forma and you convert to the tax invoice directly.
So without
At the
proforma,
time of,
go to invoice.
no, not possible because in our application we have not given that provision because what happening many times I'll tell you at the time of taxation return what we challenges we faced previously Employee is creating tax invoices. Suppose customer is not giving payment, you need to pay the tax, you need to file the returns. Many times they are doing the tax invoice, then again they are doing the cancellations, etc. Right? So we have just given the stage. Now, again, coming back to the dispatch.
Yeah.
Coming back to the dispatch again. Right now, we have dispatched the instrument, but we have not dispatched instrument invoice and certificate. So I'll go to the dispatch. I'll go to the pending again. I'll select the same job. Okay. And I see now I cannot able to select the instrument here because it is already dispatched on maybe some date. So invoice and reports. Conditions are there. I'll create this. Okay. And whenever we will take a print of this challenge, I'll show you one more beauty of this application is see here in instrument section, the previous challenge number is given when this instrument is dispatched to you. Hello?
Yeah, I understand. See. So
Sometimes what happening, customer will ask, what happened when you have signed this instrument or when you signed this report or when you have done the billing. So everything is interlinked. So on any document, you can get it very easily.
okay.
Now, coming back to the last section, that is a collection. Now, whenever I'll select this customer, I may have this invoice number and this is my payment details. Let's example, we have received this check, bank name is SBI. Let's example, we have received 400 AED, right? And I'll update it. So next, sorry, this should be 400. Okay. Then whenever this customer will give us a next payment, so system will show you okay, against this invoice, 400 is already collected, only 90 is remaining. So it may be TDS or it may be whatever, right? So this 90.5 I'll enter, I'll save it. So once I selected, then whenever I'll come back to this, there is no pending invoice. Okay. So I have two collections. One is a bank, one is a TDS. So I can get the report of collection and
invoice. It will show that it is paid or something like that. It will show in the invoice or something.
definitely, sir. There is MIS reports in accounts. This is a collection. This is a sales. This is outstanding. Okay. In outstanding. Okay. If I go to the outstanding, right, I can search. I can get only one invoice, which is pending. Okay.
No, without going to
So
outstanding.
here current outstanding is 0.
Yeah.
This is collected.
No, if I open the invoice, in the preview itself show something like paid or not paid, something like that. Is there any option for that like that?
On invoice, we do not have printed that. But if you wants to print that details, payment details, it is possible.
Where I don't get to that.
Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah, for the paid stamp, you can after allocating the invoice, you can pay step like a paid stamp.
Yes, once you enter the collection details, so
Yeah.
what we will do simply at the time of invoice printing, if collection detail found against that invoice, then we will print it. Otherwise, we will not print it. That simple facility we will add it.
Okay.
So the invoice which is not paid, it will not get any pending payment details. Invoice which paid, it will be with payment details.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. Apart from this, we do have very huge MIS reports. It may be customer contact detail, job register, due list, job detail, complaints, right? Sales reports are there, right? Stores details are there.
Can I just order sales report?
Sales report.
Yeah, this one.
Which one?
No, I'm just looking at pending inquiry follow-up loss. Since installers, quotation history, sales target, customer rights, market, only. So yeah, do you completed this certification area, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So
Now,
next,
shall I show you customer module?
yeah. Please.
Okay. So let me go to the customer first. Let me collect the password.
Yeah.
See, every customer contact person is allocated against any site. Okay, first part. Whenever we are adding any contact details in our application, it is against one customer and any one site. Okay. So that customer able to see the instrument details, due notifications of that site only, not others. Okay. So he is restricted with that site.
Okay.
So I'll log in. Once I log into system, see, I can able to see the calendar. Right now, if I say is, I can able to see counter here. Let's example, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I'll go to next. May. We may have some due, right? So this is my list of, there is no data, so counter is not coming, but any customer, whenever they will logged in, he can able to see today how much instruments are due. If I click there, then list of instrument will be pop up, that due list. Second thing, he can able to see list of instrument. This is a list of instrument, right? This is the 21st July 2024 due date. Okay. So if I go to the calendar, okay. Maybe, right, see, this is a counter. Okay. So this way, if I clicked here, I can able to see the list of due instrument. I can see the list of service request form. Okay. Customer can see, they can download the service request form. Right. This is signed copy. They can download signed copy as well. This is a pending review. If you send some instrument for review, then that list will be here. He can able to approve. He can able to comment. If he commented something, then that comment will be visible to your calibration engineer. What is the meaning of what is a comment? What comment has done by customer on that report? Then this is approved reports, right? Approved reports. Some customer ask you share us a traceability of your masters, share us a accreditation scope. So we have just provided here, right? Okay. So just he can able to see traceability and accreditation of any instrument, any calibration report. So he can download from here. Now it is not able to download because we have not uploaded the scan copies, but we can able to see, right?
Okay.
Once you upload it, then certificate number will be come here, right? Traceability and certificate number. Till that it will be not applicable. And they can download if digitally signed is there, they can able, or else if you needs to allow them how to implement, that is again part of implementation, right? Whether we want to allow him or not, etc. Then list of a delivery challenge, right? He can able to see. Right, these are the destock challenge. These are the dispatch details. See, we have updated one dispatch detail. We have not updated one dispatch details. And yes, he is able to download job register, calibrated instrument, due list, amendment certificates, etc. So this module is available for your customer.
Okay. So all these details can be available for the customer.
Your customers. It is inbuilt with the ERP. And in addition to that, last part, I'll tell you, we have email schedulers. That's example, auto email can be possible for due list of customers, for due list of your standards, etc. I'll explain you dashboard. I done the billing of 500, then a pop-up is came right in the month of May. This is target against PU against sales. In CSC, suppose sorry, under sales, suppose I added target to me, right, for the month of May, okay. April, this is April. Yeah, already is given. Yeah, 5,46,000. So the target is here. Against that 500 is billing and 450 is your PO value. Right. So everything is combined here. See, I can able to see my sales figure for the financial year being a sales executive. I can see able to see this month's sales balance target is there. This is master instrument status. It is visible to only technical manager, director, assistant directors, not for others. They can able to see how much instruments are there, how much at our lab, how much on site, how much under calibration, how much under repair. If I click that number, I can able to download my Excel sheet. Apart from this is my location wise, lab wise performance. This is from unit 1. This is my unit 1. Okay. See, if I considering unit 1 performance, I can able to see how much is today's inward, how much is calibrated, yet to calibrate. Out of that, how much is not approved, right? How much is not, suppose inward is done, but report is not processed. Then you can concentrate on 15 days or month period or further periods. Why this one is still calibrated and approved, but not dispatched, right? Okay. You can concentrate on these two figures. 15 days happened, still this is not completed. Why? And who are those? So I can click that. This is the two instruments which is not done. And any reason, it may be any reason, instrument is not working, customer is not answering, payment is not received, whatever the reason is there, but this is pending operation at our end. It should be go to the dispatch to the customer directly or else cancelled. Right. It may be these are the stages: inward, at to calibrate, calibrated but not approved, calibrated and approved but not dispatched. Right. And this is our suppose this is our department wide summary. Ki matlab how much inquiries are there, how much conversion of team. Out of 100 inquiries, we are getting 2 orders only. So my conversion percentage is less. Then why it is less? You can do analysis. So these are the, see, down the line 1 year, you will get the all benefits of this application, right? Initially, it is less benefits. Data is not there. And so system is also not in a position to analyze the many things.